All right, hello class, you're going to learn about the distributive property. So please get out a piece of paper. What is the distributive property? I gave an example of 2 parentheses x plus 1 and a parentheses equals 2x plus 2. What do you think the distributive property is? Is there another name that you thought of when you heard distributive property? Here's our first example. Please write in your notebooks. The first thing we're going to do is the first loop, 2 times x. In parentheses, we know that is multiplication, which is 2 times x. Our second hump is 2 times a positive 1. What is 2 times 1? So on the second line, we have 2 times x plus 2 times 1. Now, we know how to write these a little bit better. So 2 times x is just 2x, and 2 times 1 is just 2. That is your final answer. You simplified using the distributive property, 2x plus 2. Our next example is -7, parentheses, 4 plus n, end of parentheses. So do the first hump. In the first hump, we're going to take that as a -7. Always take the signs before those numbers, and a positive 4. So -7 times 4. Our second hump, we're going to again take -7 times that positive n. -7 times positive 1n is a -7n. Now let's simplify this. -7 times 4 is -28, and -7 times n is just -7n. Your simplified answer using the distributive property is -28 minus 7n. Our next example is similar to our last example. Now I see a positive 3, I see parentheses, and I see a -7 and a -8n. Always take those signs before. So first, we're going to take the 3 and the -7 and do the first hump with 3 times -7 is -21. Our second hump is 3 times that -8n. 3 times -8 is -24n. So using the distributive property, we distributed 3 times -7 and 3 times -8n. Our simplified answer is -21 minus 24n. Next example is very similar once again. So we're going to again take the signs before it. So -2 times a positive 7 is a -14. We're going to take the -2 times not just 2n, but -2n. So -2 times -2n is positive 4n. That is your simplified answer using distributive property. Now, I see a negative sign in front of the parentheses. If there's just a negative sign, what number is there? Also another example, if you just see a variable, what number's before the variable? You're right, it's just 1. So we're going to distribute -1, and 3a is -3a. And we're going to do it again, -1 times not just 3, but -3 would be a positive 3. So we're saying -1 times 3a is -3a, and -1 times -3 is a positive 3. Now, when you say positive 3, that positive is going to be that plus sign. All right, here's an example. -2, parentheses, 1 minus 7n. So do the first hump, which is -2, do the second hump, positive 14n. You are taking -2 times a positive 1 is a -2, and -2 times a -7n is a positive 14n. Here's a tricky one, 2 negatives. So go ahead and do the first hump and the second hump. And our last example, -4, parentheses, -1 plus 2n. Please go back through this video if you did not write any of these problems down. These are your notes and they will help you on your worksheet.